What's going on, everybody? James Jackson here. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, I'm just simply a guy that loves to talk about film and does filmmaking for a career. And I love talking about gear and talking about all cool techs, film, teaching, and film related stuff. So if this is content that you like, please definitely hit that subscribe button and also hit the likes to really help out the channel. And hit that bell so you can stay up to date on all the content going forward. So a couple weeks now, rumors have been spreading like wildfire about the potential of Blackmagic possibly joining the L-mount alliance with Panasonic, Sigma, Leica, and DJI, and joining them and creating possibly a new set of cameras. Now, I didn't really talk about it because it was just the first bit of rumors, and I didn't really have a lot to say because it's just rumors at this point. Now there's some more information about potentially coming out today by one particular source, Andre. He has a YouTube channel. So if you want to hear the full, we're gonna break it down here. But if you want to hear it directly from the source, I'll leave a link to his video description below. But of possibly the new camera or possible cameras that are coming to the L-mount alliance from Blackmagic. And I also want to get this out of the way first, and that is, while these are rumors and while it's exciting to get about possible new rumors and new things, especially when it comes to new camera announcements, especially with a very loved company like Blackmagic Designs getting involved with it, it generates a lot of excitement. I want to preference a lot of this by saying this is all just rumors, and it's just, and that's it right now. So especially when it comes to Blackmagic, and I'll go into more into this later in the video, I would like to just always go in with caution, but also keep your eyes and ears open. So what is the rumor now coming out? The rumor is that they're going to basically relaunch the Pocket lineup of cameras to the L-mount with a brand new Pocket style camera. A lot of old and a lot of new. So the old is there's going to be using the same 6K Super 35 sensor that has been in the 6K, the 6K Pro, the 6K G2. They will also be using the very familiar OLED screen that they used on the Pocket Cinema line of cameras, but the main difference is that the body is going to be a bit different. It's going to favor similar to the look of, say, the Sony FX3 and the FX30 with more, I would say, more mirrorless box style hybrid design format, and that's sort of the look. So you could say it's going to be very similar to the FX3, or even you could say something to the likes of the Sigma LP as the potential options that there will be coming for that. The other thing is that this new camera is going to shoot 6K up to 75 frames a second and 4K up to 140 frames a second. But of course, I'm assuming that this 4K is going to be cropped into roughly a micro four thirds sensor size. So there's that. Now, there's no discussion of what potentially the price may be, but the talk is that it's going to come sometime near the end of the summer, or at least it will be announced near the end of the summer going into early fall. So maybe August, September, October time. If I had to take a guess, it's probably going to be around the time of IBC, which, if I'm correct, that's more of the September time frame. If I remember, IBC is around that time frame. I'll make a correction in the video if that is not the case. Overall, what are my thoughts on it? So, number one, I'm very hesitant to fully buy into this. And it's not the fact that I don't dispute or I don't think Andrea's sources are credible. It's just more so my knowing the history of Blackmagic Design. It's very, very, very odd that a company who is so very tight-knit about not leaking anything about their cameras, that all of a sudden all these rumors are starting to spill out about them, about joining the L-mount alliance and as well as new cameras. I have a bit of cause to pause. It probably is true, and it may turn out to be true, but I'm not going to give my hopes up. I'm going to take a wait and see approach. Having said all that, I think it's very good that Blackmagic is moving into the mirrorless mount options outside of Micro Four Thirds, especially for their larger sensors, given the fact that while EF is still arguably one of the most popular mount systems, and they will be for some time, giving the ability to adapt their cameras to various mounts and giving various options, that is going to work in big favors for them. So they can move their pocket cameras into PL, they can move them into Mamiya 645, Nikon mounts. The list can go on and on with what the L mount can adapt their lenses to. So I think it's a great hint, and I wouldn't be surprised if they are joining the L mount alliance, because I mean, a lot of the cameras that are already in this alliance, the Panasonic cameras, the Sigma cameras, they all basically already support Blackmagic RAW. So it makes sense that Blackmagic would get involved with cameras that are already working with them so they can help it. And it also leads to what the other part of the report was that, you know, ever since the FX3 and the FX30 came out, that Blackmagic and Panasonic took huge drops in their sales, and so they're trying to find ways to pick these sales up. Is it going to be successful? That is yet to be known, because there is a couple things that I kind of know, based on what the rumor is, there's a bit of disappointment in me, in all honesty. Number one, it is using the same sensor from the original 6K, and I mean, it's not a bad sensor by any means, and that's not the negative about it. It's a great sensor. It's a gorgeous sensor. I've done so much content on it, and it still delivers amazing piece of work. The problem for me, at least, is that not only is it a Super 35, which the sensor size is not that big of a deal, but I know for people who are looking at L mount, they're going to assume full frame. Now, also what was in Andrea's video was that there are talks about a full frame camera, but that's not going to come till much later. They're basically trying to kick it off with tech they already have, which is smart. But it's more the fact that it's not a 3.2 sensor. The sensor that's in the 6K, and that's pretty much been in they've been using it even in their Ursa line, it's a 16:9 sensor, which kind of limits the use case in terms of lenses and getting the full effect of lenses that you can get out of it, compared to other cameras that are in the L mount that are full frame, that can take advantage of all these different lenses. Blackmagic is not going to be doing it. And also, you know, a lot of us just want to see something new. While the Pocket 6K may be looking to compete against, say, the Sony FX30, and it probably can offer some things that can compete with that. But it's also an older sensor. The dynamic range is solid, but it's not one of the top tier dynamic ranges. It's also given the fact that, you know, it's not necessarily the best low light performing camera compared to what we have in the echelon of cameras that we have right now. Obviously, Blackmagic is a long ways of coming up to phase detection autofocus. We don't even know if there is going to be any phase. By the looks of it, there isn't going to be any of that. In fact, there's not even going to be any IBIS as well, which you all know me, how I feel about IBIS. That's not a big deal. But there is a lot of people that will look at that and go, in terms of looking at an FX3 or an FX30 and then looking at this and go, I don't know. And that's just my personal opinion of how things may unfold. It may be different. But in terms of me personally, I'm looking for a camera that can really deliver good codecs, good solid latitude performance, which at least 12 to 12.5 stops of dynamic range. That's solid performance with a 3.2 open gate recording option and SDIs. And that's the other thing. It looks like they're going to use a lot of the same IO ports. I hope, because it's supposed to be part of their Pocket line, not their Ursa line, so it's not the more higher end, more professional line of cameras. So the odds are probably not good that there won't be any SDI, which is sort of the thing I'm more interested in personally. So if the rumors are all true, it's good that they're trying to advance it more into that, but I don't know if there's enough there for me personally. Again, if all of this is true, to look into investing that. In fact, I think if the rumors turns out to be true, and this is the camera that's going to be announced by Blackmagic, I'm going to definitely lean in towards going another direction in the L-mount alliance for a potential future camera purchase. So these are just my thoughts on that. I would love to know what you guys think. Do you think, would you purchase a Blackmagic camera with the same sensor that has been in the previous 6K, but part of the L-mount alliance with a new body? I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know, leave your comments below. And as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, take care, everyone.